Hey, this is Amal from Leathercraft 209, TechLeatherCraft. I want to do a quick review on a custom project I just finished up. This is a custom-made wallet for a customer who sent me his old wallet, and you can see it was starting to fall apart, and he wanted to basically make a replica of this. So in this video I'm going to review what I made, and for anyone else who's interested, just to kind of talk about how I make my wallets and what some of their concepts are and why I choose to do things a certain way. So this is the wallet that was sent. It has two slots here and one like main back slot that goes all the way down. This is the cash slot. There's a money clip that I have in this wallet, but there's a money clip here that you could slip money into, and there was a back slot right there. And so for this project I basically copied the same layout. The differences, though, I'll talk about the rolled over edges. So if you look carefully at least a lot of wallets, they'll do what's called a rolled edge. So basically what that means is the leather that's here comes all the way down and it comes across, and then they stitch it down. So you can see that little seam right there. So that comes from the front, and the leather just comes over the top, and then you stitch it down. My issue with the rolled edge, as you can see with this wallet, is when you roll the edge, the leather has to be really thin to be able to roll. And what ends up happening is it creates a weak point in the wallet. Now, I mean, everything's going to fall apart eventually, but a rolled edge, since leather is so much thinner, and the edge of a wallet is what usually gets the most kind of, banging or sticking in your pocket, and it gets the most wear. So I am not a huge fan of rolling edges. Now, I've done it on a couple custom projects, but my recommendation is almost always not to roll an edge. Eventually, the rolled edge will wear away sooner than other parts of the wallet. The other difference I'll point out is the stitching. So you can see this is done with a thinner thread, and the spacing is really close. Basically creates like a perforated paper, right? So you can eventually, you will rip. And in fact, that might have been what happened here. I'm not sure. So I like to just space my stitching out. This is what's called 277, and this thread, I'm not really sure it is, but it might be 46 or 69. But I use 277 polyester, and basically 277 has a tensile strength of 42 pounds, 44 pounds. And what that means is an average human can't snap a 15-pound test nylon. And so polyester at 42 pounds is pretty durable stuff. Polyester is a little bit more resistant to mold and mildew, and it's resistant to UV. Now, on my pockets, they are full leather, and I do like that they use full leather for this first pocket. You can look down and see that's full leather. The other pockets have this cloth lining, and the reason they do that is to, of course, keep it thin. But I don't like to do that because, and this one's actually held up really well, but for most store-bought wallets, one of the other things to fail, other than the rolled over edges, is the pockets usually start to come loose and undo, and so I don't like to use cloth in my pockets. So these are full leather all the way through, and what that means is, though, that it is a little bit thicker. So it is something to keep in mind when you're ordering from me, is that all my pockets are made from leather completely through, and as a result it does make a thicker wallet. Just something to keep in mind. Right there you can see there's a wear spot, and what that comes from is the clip that was in this tube was sticking out. And so just to show you really quick, alright, so when you close this up, you can see that it locks it kind of right there, and it has some play to it, but there's a lot of this clip coming out, and then when you would fold the wallet, the metal part would touch and wear there. So I did want to kind of address that a little bit. It is something that is sometimes unavoidable. So on the money clip section I made, you can see that when you first put it in and it's open, this much of the clip is sticking out. But usually when you have it closed, so let me just close it really quick, and you'll see what happens. So because it is a spring, it does pull it back further. And because this is just a thicker wallet, the spine necessarily won't hit the metal part so much. But it is something that I did want to focus on when I was making it, to make sure that this didn't happen. Alright, so let me just, for reference, load it up. There's a card slot here. And this is a little, I mean, it's freshly made, so it will take some breaking. There's a card slot here. And a card slot back there. And a card slot back here. For the cash, I have $6 bills. And I'm not sure how most people will use it. I just usually like to just pull it through like that. So there you have it. That is holding 4 cards right now. And $6 bills. I can probably, in fact, put a couple more cards in here just for... So that is 7 cards now. There's 2 in each slot. 2 here, 2 here, 2 in the back. And 1 here, so 6, 1. And it's still not, you know, super thick, but it is starting to bulk up. And of course, if you have more cash in here, you will that will add more thickness to it too. Only other thing I'll mention is the client's initials. I did monogram them in right there. Once again, this is full grain, top grain leather, so you will see some scars and a couple things here and there, but that is what makes leather leather. And I actually like this this dye. This is it's called a Java brown, and what's really cool about it is it does this marbling effect, so you can see some of the grain and some of the texture and the scars on the hide. I really like that. To me, that's what makes, you know, a custom wallet. That's what makes leather leather. This is a black version I was working on. I actually was making the interior, and I had started with black leather, and the customer had wanted brown, so I ended up just using this and actually just finishing up the wallet. So you can see that right here. And I did actually end up buying a clip. It's a little bit different than what the customer provided, but so instead of the rolled edges, one thing you'll notice is I burnished my edges. And so what that means is this leather comes completely to the edge, and this leather comes completely to the edge. And when they meet together, they're glued together and burnished. So it's basically a process of smoothing the edge down and creating kind of a slick edge and smoothing it off so it feels nice. So it's not like rough leather. So that is what a burnished edge looks like. And that is what I prefer to do over rolled edges. And the reason for that is because it's just so much more durable. Basically, on this edge now, you have, well, in this scenario, I have 3 layers of leather. So hopefully you can make that out. Is you just have 3 layers of leather then meeting together on this edge instead of any rolled over. So when you are banging it on something, it will wear a little bit nicer and it won't break down. So that's been my kind of review walkthrough of the custom-made wallet, which is based off the customer's original wallet. If anyone is interested in custom ordering a custom-made wallet, either a wallet they already own that's starting to fall apart, or just to kind of design your own wallet, my contact information will be on my websites, and those are in the description. And stay tuned to my channel, guys. I will have more custom leather projects coming up, more tech and EDC related items and reviews. I'm working on some new cuffs for smartwatches, so if you're interested in that kind of stuff, stay tuned. I will of course have one for the Apple Watch also when it gets released. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, thumbs up if you liked the video. Take care.